So I thought I'd start with a very quick summary, a very quick summary of where we've gotten to. So I got it summarized in two sentences. The first sentence is suffering is caused by grasping, and the second sentence is grasping is caused by having a faulty idea of who or what we are. And that was the main kind of focus of last Wednesday's presentation. So what are we? So basically I told you, well, the only thing I can find is awareness. There doesn't seem to be anything solid there at all, just present awareness. And so then the question becomes, okay, so that is the antidote. I don't like the word. It is the correct way of seeing things. It's a thing that's aligned with reality. So how do we familiarize ourselves with the real me? How do you become familiar with yourself? This does a little bit weird, isn't it? How do you familiarize with yourself? Because previously, what you've been familiarizing yourself with is a whole pile of ideas and stories, right? So there's a great master. His advice was, I have it written down here: rest momentarily in uncontrived ease without pursuing thoughts. Rest momentarily in uncontrived ease without pursuing thoughts. So, why does it say momentarily? Rest momentarily. Why does it say? Because it's not a fixed state. It changes. It's not a fixed state. So it's moment, moment, moment. Rest momentarily in uncontrived ease. So, uncontrived means it's not something you can force. This ease is not something that you can force or sustain with effort. It has to be uncontrived ease. So then the question is, how do you induce ease? So what you do is, you focus your attention on feeling your breath. It can help to say, ah. And you do that for maybe 2 breaths. And then, just at the end of the out breath, you're like, ah. Before you breathe in again, just at that point, you let go. You drop. Thoughts are still there. Otherwise, it wouldn't have said without pursuing thoughts. Right? Rest momentarily in uncontrived ease without pursuing thoughts. The thoughts are still there. It's just that you don't rush to follow after them. Let be. You're still breathing, hearing, seeing. This is a very ordinary state. An ordinary state of natural peace. So when you don't follow, if you do follow after your thoughts, right, the first moment of natural ease comes to an end. Now you're caught in thought. You're in the water, not on the bank. Eventually you notice. Then you drop. You let go. You let be. The second moment of uncontrived ease has started. And you just keep doing that. Okay? can't do anything to bring ease. Ease comes when you stop trying, when you let go, when you surrender, when you stop looking for ease. Just let go. Be content to breathe. Just you. So let me just say thank you for those of you who leave your video on. I get a sense of where you're at, and I am delighted. I'm really happy. Mostly people. Something very deep. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to pass you over to Cecily. So,
what I was thinking of contemplating tonight is something Martin said. Are we happy with the stories, or do we want to be free? And I think the uncontrived ease that I could feel in people is something that's so precious. So, like as Martin was saying, and as that master said, uncontrived ease. So I thought we'd look at freedom first, rather than at the confusion and the stories. And I think it's really nice to connect with our nature. Like Dajjal Rinpoche said, compassion is the wisdom, free from falling into bias, liberated from extreme. Like our stories are extreme, they're kind of pulling us away from that. And at some point, Martin said, kindness is not complicated. Strategies are. Beware of strategies. And in my reading, I found out that strategies are only used if we try to defend what we think is myself. We don't use them otherwise. And ego is only an idea of who we think we are. And when we're defending ourselves, we're trying to defend this idea of who we think we are, this construct. So let's just rest momentarily in uncontrived ease without pursuing thoughts for a moment. Just drop whatever you're thinking about. Thoughts will still be there. You'll still be there. Breathing. But without pursuing the thoughts. Martin said, if we could see the stories as stories, it would be like being awake in the dream. And he also said, attacking the story, the ideas, doesn't work, doesn't help. Mingyur Rinpoche talks about choosing between the discomfort of becoming aware of our mental afflictions and the discomfort of being ruled by them. What Mingyur said is to simply rest in the awareness of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations. We just rest in the awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations for a moment. Rest in uncontrived ease, momentarily, without pursuing thoughts. One moment, another moment, another moment. Simply rest in the awareness of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations, not pursuing them. as part of this process, what's happening is we're beginning to recognize our own experience, the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations. And this involves kind of seeing. It's much more than understanding. Intellectual, it's not intellectual. But when we see, without pursuing the thoughts, we actually can see that they're fleeting. Like, you're still here, breathing. A thought comes. A thought goes. You don't have to do anything to them. Let's just drop the thinking for the moment. Rest in uncontrived ease. Momentarily. And the lovely thing when we're not stuck in the story or not pursuing the thoughts, you actually feel much more alive, much more you. You think ego is you, but actually when you're not trying to defend this idea of yourself, there's like a possibility, there's like a clarity. You can see what's happening. There's a kind of feeling of confidence or limitlessness. You can get ideas about what being egoless might mean, but the feeling of it, this freedom, is just really nice. You are much more you, much more alive than you ever were before. So if we can taste this kind of uncontrived ease, why would we bother looking at our experience and becoming familiar with it, is what I was suggesting we should do that. And I found this process really helpful for myself because the teachings are actually alive. The teachings aren't like a body of teachings that the Buddha gave ages ago and that other people are repeating down through the ages. They change to suit the people who are trying to find ease, to what they can hear. So it's really important. I found it was really important for me, not just to take somebody else's word for it, not to keep doing the practices or following the teachings that I thought I was supposed to practice or that I thought I was supposed to listen to and hear. Because I'm the one in trouble. I'm the one that needs to get out of the mess, So if I'm taking somebody else's word for it and not kind of, the best description I can think for this is like taking someone else's prescription, I can tell you a story about my dad, but I'll leave that. I'm very like him too, but the funny thing is, how do we figure out what prescription we need? How do we figure out what we need? So like I said, I'm the one in trouble. I need to get out of the mess. And some of you would be familiar with the advice that I received, that I took as meaning that I don't have to react. But the same teacher also said, if there's some violence in you, to be subjugated. If there's some violence in you, you need to be subjugated. And I thought, I'm not like that. I'm not a violent person, Mr. Faulty, like Sybil Faulty, whatever. Or I get the stories mixed up. Martin will tell you. Oh, it was in Faulty Towers. But I thought, there's no violence in me. I'm an innocent bystander here, I'm not like that. But in actual fact, it was like I needed permission to access my own experience, which sounds really crazy. But Mingyur Rinpoche explained, it's not just an idea, a belief, or a concept that we have. It's in your body, in your skin. Like many of you have spoken about the bodily kind of sensations that grip you and that seem to take over. So that's the kind of thing that can happen. And I love what Sagni Rinpoche says to his own feelings. This is a conversation he has with his feelings. He says, yes, what you're feeling is real. I recognize and honor that. But this fear is not based on true conditions. Real, but not true, was the term that he used. So, I'm asking myself now, what happens if I go with the story, with who I think I am? Okay? Now, that's real for me maybe at the time, but it's not true. Not based on true conditions. So when you really look at your own experience, and this means kind of like seeing it in kind of real time, you might find that you don't have to react. Okay? Instead, you can just try resting momentarily in uncontrived ease without pursuing thoughts. So we'll just do that for a moment. One or two breaths. Rest momentarily in uncontrived ease. What we're really doing here is training and being present. No matter what the story is going on, or no matter what the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, whether they're in your body, emotions, or whatever that's going on for you, that you can actually be present with them. You're not pursuing them. They still continue. And also, the funny thing about just not pursuing them is they leave you alone. They leave of their own accord. You don't have to do anything to them. So what we're trying to do today or this evening is to find out what can work for you to help you to be present in everyday life. And get my pages sorted here. Yeah, so I think, so if you'd like to share your ideas of how to kind of continue to be present in everyday life, If you have some ideas about that, what kind of thing supports you, you might like to share it with others in your group